Coming to uses of cash flow statements. Now students, cash flow statement tells us about the inflow and outflow of cash, but it has some specific uses. Let us understand them. The first one being that it tells us or helps us in the short term planning. When we are clear about inflows and outflows of cash, we are clear about the cash surplus in hand or deficit in case it is there. Once we are aware about the surplus, it helps us to plan better, to make investments, and to provide necessary cash for operating and financing, or for that matter investment requirements. Then it helps in understanding the liquidity and solvency. Remember, liquidity and solvency both means the ability of a business to meet its commitments. Liquidity implies commitments in near future, something like the ability of a business to meet its current liabilities, and solvency implies the ability to meet its long term liabilities. So the cash position that is generated out of this cash flow statement helps us to make a clear assessment whether the business would be able to meet its requirements in near future and in long term future. Hence, it is an important tool to judge the liquidity and the solvency of the business. It is very important from the point of view of lenders. So usually banks and borrowers, while lending, they make sure that they ask for your cash flow statements as well. Then the third part is efficient cash management. Obviously, when we are aware about inflows and outflows, it helps us to manage our cash better. In case we are falling short of our commitments, so a businessman can swiftly act, take loans, arrange cash from other sources so that his commitments are honored. And in case we have surplus cash, then he can actually make short term investments and gain certain interest on that surplus amount. Last is comparative study. Comparative study is very important as it tells us about our cash positions during the various periods of time. Obviously, it is historical in nature, but it tells us how much we have grown over the years in terms of our cash generation and the activities which lead to generation of cash.